My question today is, what do you do when somebody asks you an illegal question in a job interview? Well, this sometimes happens, so I want you to be prepared for that. So there are many questions that would be illegal that will be based on the country that you are applying in, as well as the locality. But the types of questions that would be illegal would be based on religion, ethnicity, marital status, gender, age, things like that. Now, there are some exceptions for that, such as what is called a bona fide occupational qualification, or perhaps if somebody needs that information for affirmative action programs. But for the most part, in the US, those would be illegal type questions to ask about. Now, you still may get them. And that honestly is often because recruiters and mostly hiring managers may not be trained on what is illegal and illegal questions. So it may be you're asked not because someone really wants to elicit that information, but because they just don't know any better. So here's some options for you. First, if you don't care whether you answer that question, it doesn't matter to you one way or another if you give that information, then you can answer it. It's not illegal for you to answer it. So if you want to, go ahead. If you would rather not, then another way you could choose is to deflect, which is essentially you're not answering the question. So as an example, someone asks you about your marital status and you don't want to answer that, then you can make a statement such as, my personal relationships are very important to me. I cherish them, but when it comes to work, I do focus on work and I don't let my outside activities infringe on my ability to get my work done. Didn't answer the question, but you have sort of answered what was implied by the question, which is, will being married or not married affect how I work? Now, if you don't want to do that, another option is to ask for clarification about a question. So that could be if you're asked about, let's say, your marital status, then you can answer, no one's asked me about my marital status. If I can ask a question of you, which is, can you tell me a little bit about how my marital status is related to the position and being able to do it? Now, oftentimes the person really didn't mean to ask that or didn't think about it as an illegal question. And so they will be, I just meant small talk, nothing by it, and you'll move on. And certainly if someone did mean to do that, then you kind of put them on notice that that is an illegal question that you weren't going to answer. So they would need to come up with a reason that you felt was satisfactory for them to ask that question, which probably there is none, because for most cases that would be illegal. So that gives you an opportunity to kind of move past that. But I want you to be prepared because it does happen, and I don't want you to get flustered. Just know what your options are if you hear a question asked of you that is illegal.